Hello and welcome to BonBonB's What Map for City Skylines. There are well over 20,000 maps on the workshop now, and so choosing the right one for your new city is a huge task. So every Wednesday and Saturday we'll review a few and hopefully find you the right one for your next build. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Welcome to episode 14 of What Map for City Skylines. Now if you find any of today's maps useful or you like them in any way, don't forget to like, share or even subscribe to this channel. Now before we get started I need to make a quick apology to User X. We covered his map Bordium Canal back in episode 10 and I miscredited it to Noble Invasion 800 when in fact it belongs to User X. So that was due to some lazy editing. I apologise wholeheartedly and here's the credit. So if you want to take another look at Bordium Canal by User X, back to the first map in episode 10 of What Map. Now on to today's show. And today's first map by popular request is Rhinestone Island by Flux. Now if you don't know who Flux is, where have you been? I am very much a fanboy of Flux and his Flux Trance YouTube channel, and this is a map that he designed specifically for his latest video series, which is now concluded and just tidying up. Do go and have a look at that. The resources, now if you look at the resources you go, they're not enough here, but it was produced for an aesthetic show. That said, I'm going to review it as a full proper active map and it's lacking a little in the resources, of course. But let's not panic about that because the map is everything. Now, this bridge system to enter the map, I wasn't happy with when he produced it. I'm not happy with now. But, you know, this is Flux. How can I fault Flux? God's sakes. Anyway, the highway comes in and this is the perfect highway. Perfectly aligned, stops, and lets you make up your own mind what to do. Well, it's always nice to have an intersection put down for you. You can't fault that. Well, you can, but I'm not gonna. And then here's the other entrance, comes in from the other side. Once again, very difficult to align those bridges, but with those islands in the middle. But also, I think the bridges are a little on the low side, but Flux is a genius. Now, if you have a look here, there is no shipping routes going through the bridges, so although I feel that the bridges are a little on the low side, there's no reason for them to be any higher. Of course you can put your docks anywhere, pretty much around this island, because, well, this side of the island even, because, you know. Anyway, let's go for a quick skim around the island. So anyway, yes, this particular island hasn't got much in the way of fresh water sources, and there's very little water flow in the ocean, so therefore you're going to have to, as Flux tells you in the workshop, put down some sort of custom mod or custom assets, whatever, to get rid of your sewage, because it's just going to stink up the place. A Stinkstone Island. Tasty. Oh, sorry. I need a shower now. Okay, right, so as we whiz around the outside of the island, it's quite a small island. The thing is, when he set up this video series, when you first looked at the island, you thought, wow, just wow. And now I explore the island, it seems a lot smaller. I don't know. Sorry about that, Flux. You know, I always thought about you being a bit of a big boy. Big boy. Okay, so there, we've made it around the island, and let's have a look inside the island. Now there isn't a huge build plane, we've got some waterways, as I say, not many of them, heading up into the mountains. Now Flux does a lot of terraforming and texturing during his build, and these mountains seem a little bit vanilla to me, but they're right sort of size and shape. They don't seem crazily oversized. Look at that, you know, they're believable. They're the right sort of shapes, and I guess you'll have to texture them and detail them yourselves, as Flux did in his famous, did I mention he's got a famous YouTube channel? Famous. I've been with you since Fluxburg. Ah, love it. Goodness Hamster. What an episode that was. Anyway, here's the freshwater lake source, and the only other way out from that is down the waterfall into the ocean. Now, those of you who know the way that my video series works will notice that this was the first map of the day. Wait, hang on a second, BonBon. You're not giving Flux your seal of approval? Well, he gets my seal of approval, but this map, this isn't today's best map. Oh no, not by a long way. It's just an ordinary little island map, basically, with the Flux Mark of Genius on it. Wonder what's up next. Ah, Hoaver Bay by Rhinestone. And I don't know about you, but that water system, doesn't it look like an elephant wearing a pork pie hat? An elephant with a pork pie hat. Just me then, huh? Just me. Well, anyway, it's a cute little map. There's your resources, and actually, I like the resources. Hooray! Slap on the back for the resources. I really like that. Now the question is, what am I not going to like about the map? Is it going to be the roads? Oh, you betcha. But anyway, here is the glorious view. It looks like it's probably about to storm. Do they have lightning in the game yet? I've not seen any lightning in the game yet, but then I don't do as much live play as I should do. Anyway, there you go, little panoramic. Panoramic? It's not really a panoramic. What am I talking about? Sorry. I'm warbling. Roads! Damn it! Damn it, roads! You're gone and ruined a perfectly good map. Yeah, anyway. So, we'll just look at these roads, because the reason why I follow the roads is it normally gives a pretty good feel for the map, because they'll go through the build planes, etc., and you'll just like get a feel for just what it looks like down at ground level, rather than just taking a random stroll through the map. But yeah, there's a start place position. This bridge, give that 8 out of 10, apart from that little problem. The rest of it is just slightly out. Well, that's basically considering the standards of the roads here, and here is one in particular. Ah, I'll tell you what, let's have a freeway. Just do that. Looks like a gallbladder. Put by hats and gallbladders. I'm really not hungry right now, actually. Okay. Oh, here's another look at that. Oh, perfectly ruined map. First thing, get your bulldozer, knock out all those roads. And the rail's not that much better. You come down the side of that mountain there. This, I don't mind that until the re-enters the other side, and that is just like, why couldn't you enter at the top of the hill? That's dumb. This, ugh. Yes, we've got to get across the highway, but that felt like it was put down in about 30 seconds, and this looks like a roller coaster. Ronan Keating, that is a nod to you. Right, yes, more bad road and rail laying. Now here, the rail suddenly bends off to the right, and this feels like an opportunity not to be missed. Once he put down those hills, he probably slapped down that rail line really quick with a view to going round the bay, because it made sense, and he thought, hell no, didn't I think I was going to build the rail across here? Yes, that's what I was going to do, and that's what he's done, and it's awful. I'm sorry, but it's awful. Delete the rail. I love the islands. The islands are great, but you don't want to have the railway jumping across it. And this shipping route up the rapids. What the heck? I like that. I don't like that. I like that. I don't like the other one. And drowning trees. Drowning Pine Valley, this should be called. Not Hoaver Bay. It's not even much of a bay, to be honest with you. Anyway, actually, as a map, it's not bad. But for me, the roads have really ruined it, and the rail has really ruined it. And that little shipping route at the top isn't clever. So unfortunately, I can't give this the seal of approval. But I've got one coming along in a moment that might just get it. Now this, North Bend Twin Peaks by Khanador. Now this is nice. Although you can't really tell it from here, but you can see the way that the resources are tapered in and focused makes a lot of sense. A lot of thought's being put in. And then when we head down to a ground level, look at that. Yes, I can see you salivating. I can see you drooling on your keyboards. That is beautiful. Absolutely lush. Closer look. Now the roads. Is he going to ruin it, the roads? Now, picking the low points here, being pernickety, I don't think those trees will be growing out the side of the cutting quite like that. They could though, but I don't feel that they would. So there you go. That's BonBonB being picky for no major reason. And also this bridge, I think this is a bit of an overkill. I think a simple stone bridge over there would have been fine. Pretty much under the railroad, arguably okay to have it because it's so close to the river. Maybe. There you are, that's your start square. Perfectly good. River on top and river on bottom. And then we'll cut through and through the pass. So anyway, yes, and this bridge, perfect. That's a 10 out of 10 bridge. And off to the fog. Now we'll follow the railroad in. Perfectly lovely straight lines. Cannot grumble with the railroad. So anyway, nice big flat interesting build playing through the middle of the map. The mountains are not too high, they're proper shapes and they just look good. And once again, the colour lots and the themes all seem to work really well together as well. The only question is, will the rivers let it down? Before we get to the rivers, here's the mountains. Look, there's room to build up here. You could put up a little village or three up there. And over here, look, room up here. And up here too. So, even the high points are usable. Dinosaur Park up there, I think. Yeah, now the rivers. Am I going to grumble? Not really, actually. Not really. This doesn't make too much sense to me, this little lake, because that water must be feeding into it and water is feeding out of it. There, third low point I can come up with, but do you know what? It's not a big problem at all. It's finding reasons to grumble that. Water coming in from that route, water coming in from this route, and then the river feeding down. Interesting little crevice there, and a nice little waterfall feeding out to the lake. Very nice, very nice. And we'll get, oh, would you believe? Would you get my seal of approval? I think we could do that, you know. So North Bend, Twin Peaks by Khanador. That is my map of the day. And join me again every Wednesday and Saturday for more maps, and also my new Let's Play series from Lynchia on a Monday. Hopefully there'll be one on Monday. If so, I'll see you then. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye now.